Hello everyone, I think I am live. I just need to check and make sure everything is working here. I believe it is. Thank you so much for joining me today at the TBSC Coffee Talk titled Improving IT Budget with the Cloud. My name is Madison and I'm the marketing coordinator here at the Business Software Center. If you ever need to get in touch with me, please feel free to email info@businesssoftwarecenter.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube using the hashtag CoffeeTalkTBSC. So before I begin, just keep in mind that the questions and answers section is open on the right-hand side of the screen, so feel free to just leave any questions or comments for me and I can get back to you towards the end of my presentation. So I'm going to just dive right into the presentation about improving your IT budget. So the question I want you to think of is, when you think of budget, do you ever think of your IT department? You'd be really surprised to know that many people often overlook the IT department, and the IT department tends to kind of get lost in the shuffle of things, I guess because we're so focused on other things, but there's definitely ways you can improve your IT budget and your focus. So here are some sneaky ways that you may be losing your money in your IT department. And here's some questions you can think of along the way. Are these software expenses part of the IT budget? Sometimes, if you work for bigger companies, for instance, why are you paying for an Adobe license, for instance, if your sales staff doesn't have any training on Adobe that's meant for your marketing staff? So that would be a way of saying, hey, maybe I'm overspending on this just because we're paying for all these licenses that just these employees that we have just simply aren't qualified to use or haven't ever been trained on, or their job requirement doesn't even require them to use these licenses. Another question you can ask yourself is, are software expenses part of another department's budget? Well, this may be true, so that's just something you need to keep an eye on. Are we overspending on licenses? We tend to find this a lot in software asset management, is there does tend to be an overspend, unfortunately. So what I mean by that is you're paying for more licenses than what you currently have deployed. That's just an example. Where are we overspending? So, there are certain tools out there that we can help deploy and show you exactly where you're overspending, but just in the bare bones of everything, do you exactly know where you might be overspending? Chances are you don't. And TBSC, we have conducted research over the past year, and we have found that 89% of businesses just simply don't track and monitor their software usage. So you might very likely be in this category. Another question to ask yourself is, are we using what we pay for? And you'd be surprised to know that a lot of businesses don't utilize exactly everything that they're paying for. I know with Microsoft, they like to see at least 95% utilization of their products, and many customers are not at 95% efficiency, whether that's because they've never been trained on one of the applications, or they simply don't know they have the application. We can help determine for you, but I'll explain that more towards the end of the presentation. So, how I mentioned that research earlier that we did? Well, here's some other findings that we found during our research. So, of course, 89% of organizations are not fully utilizing their Microsoft 365 apps. They're not tracking and monitoring their usage at all. Only 11% of users are fully utilized, which is a really low number. That means you're in the red. You're not using what you're paying for. Now, 5% of remote employees are non-compliant. Now, of course, when you think of IT budget, from an outsider looking in, if you're not even in the IT department at all, you might be confused by this term compliant. But if you are in the software business, you'll understand it's really important to remain compliant. That means that you're breaking legal contracts and agreements with your licensing provider. So whenever you're non-compliant, that means you might have to pay more fees or even go to court, worst case scenario. So even having that 5% number is a problem. And then 43% of users don't use Teams. Now, we've seen a lot of these communication tools grow, especially Microsoft Teams and Zoom. I think they're the top two competitors, with Google definitely behind. But with Teams, because it comes with the bundle of Microsoft Office 365, you might as well use it because it comes with the bundle and you're already paying for it. So if you're also paying for a Zoom license, or if you're still using Skype, which they're retiring, or if you're using some sort of other tool, it's best to kind of switch everyone over to Teams just to better improve your communication and your team management. So where exactly do you stand? Well, as you can see here, most customers are in the red. I've mentioned this before with our research, and our goal here at the Business Software Center is to help bring you up to the green area. So we can certainly help figure this out within a few minutes to see where exactly you stand, and we can benchmark exactly where you are, compare you to other businesses, and then give you a plan on how to really improve your efficiency and consequently your IT budget. So here's some free advice that we have for you today. So I would say the first piece of advice, if you're looking to improve your IT budget, improve your software asset management strategy, is take this first piece of advice, discovery. Take inventory of your current applications and usage and discover what apps are running, whether that's on-premise, on the cloud. Really figure out exactly where you stand with your software. Some people don't even know the difference between on-premise or on the cloud. So I would say education is a requirement as far as this first stage with the discovery. And you know, we do offer Smarter SaaS, which is a tool that does this for you easily and automatically. This is a huge manual task, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. So we can certainly help you get a current snapshot of where your business is at with the usage, what's currently installed on your computer, and what's currently running on the cloud. So my second piece of advice here is review your savings opportunities. So once you discovered everything that you have, everything that you're using versus non-using, you can ask yourself these questions. Can these licenses be reharvested and used somewhere else? Typically, we find that many businesses have opportunities for reharvesting. Another question is, can these licenses be downgraded? And another version of downgraded would be just optimizing it, just making sure that you're using the right licenses for the correct employees, etc. And can these licenses be utilized to the fullest? Now, as I mentioned earlier, with the 89% not fully utilizing them, chances are you're definitely going to have a lot of work to do when it comes to these savings opportunities that you may have. And what's really nice is we provide a simple and easy to use dashboard that you can look at reharvesting, optimization, and utilization opportunities all automatically. It's all generated for you on your easy to use dashboard. And then of course we go in and we tell you specifically, we walk you through everything and really give advice on how to better your savings. Now, my third piece of advice on improving your IT budget, SAM asset management strategy would be to make the changes. You can't just know the data. You can't just understand what you have versus what you don't have versus usage, etc. You really need to implement these changes. So by implementing these changes, it helps you meet goals and have the best practices for your business. But not only that, whenever you make these changes, you can definitely track and monitor the improvements that your business makes on a month-to-month basis. It's really nice now that everything is cloud-based, because that means that the billing is month-to-month, which means you can flex your subscribers up or down month-to-month, which means you can really track these changes nearly instantly because no one's really stuck in these 3-year-long contracts anymore. So yes, that brings me to my fourth piece of advice, is definitely continue to monitor. So I would say review your data, make changes as you go, make changes month to month. If you have a freelancer who's leaving for a couple of months, definitely flex their subscription down, save that cost while they're gone. Learn how to improve your utilization, offer training classes. Microsoft does offer training courses. We can certainly help you find the right training courses that you need. And then of course, you're going to see the improvements as you go. So not only are you improving your budget and utilizing what you're paying for, but you're actually improving the employee relationships around you, because they're going to feel better suited for their positions because they actually know how to use the items. Like I said before, a lot of these employees don't use Teams, and oftentimes it's just simply because they don't know how, or they don't even know they have it. So just training them on that really helps them stay connected and really improves remote working a lot whenever you have a good communication tool. So what exactly can you do? So my 4 pieces down into just one thing. You can do this. Use our Smarter SaaS tool. And of course, we developed this with end users in mind. So it's very user friendly, very easy to set up, takes about 10 minutes. And I'm just going to explain to you a little bit about what it does and show you a little of it as well. So do it automatically with Smarter SaaS. It helps you achieve your goals. So maybe you don't really know your goals going into it. You don't really know exactly how much you want to save. That's okay. What we're going to do is just benchmark where you're currently at, and we can help you set those goals and then see over time whether or not you're able to achieve them. We can help you measure your usage. We can identify those variances. Of course, we can help you implement those solutions, and then we help you with the subscription recycling. Of course, provide the right training tools and give you the right facilities. So you can see here, it's just a screenshot of one of our clients, and you can see that they certainly have opportunities for savings, reharvesting, optimization, surplus, and it even shows you the total active user count. So we can help you even increase that active user count as well. Now, we do offer here at the Business Software Center an efficiency health check, and it's completely free, and we definitely think that you should get on it today. So we do have unlimited seats available, and it does the past 180 days of analysis. So if you start today, we can analyze the past 180 days of your Microsoft Office 365 usage to really benchmark exactly where you're at. Of course, we can anonymize user details. So you don't have to worry about any of the GDPR. There's a complete license overview that we provide. Of course, you're going to get the subscription optimization opportunities, the downgrading and reharvesting calculation. And then, of course, we're going to give you a complete license overview of your Microsoft 365, and we can break it down into Exchange, Teams, and even your compliance. And as I said before, it only takes 10 minutes to set up. So if you're interested in signing up for our free trial, I would say you have the option of emailing me, info@businesssoftwarecenter.com, and we can get you started. Or you can download from Microsoft App Source or Microsoft Marketplace. We are on there, and you can download directly from Microsoft and begin using our product today, which is really exciting. So at this time, I'm just going to go ahead and see if I have any questions coming in. Yes, I do have some questions coming in. Okay, so one of my questions is, how do I get the most of what I am already paying for? Well, I think that might have came throughout the process of me talking. It's really hard for me to balance talking and seeing what's coming in. That's kind of why I have to wait until the end. So I do apologize if I didn't get to this fast enough, but one way that you can make the most of what you're already paying for is definitely having a SAM tool that can help you. So Smarter SaaS is just one of those software asset management tools. You don't even have to have a software asset management director or manager. You can just use our tool, and then we can coach you on how to do better. And so, of course, with our free trial, we can help you make the most of what you're paying for by, of course, the reharvesting, the optimization, and the utilization, and the training. There's a lot of options there. So I do have another question coming in. I use a vendor to buy from. What should I look out for then to help? Well, we do partner with certain vendors, so we have an understanding of how the vendor sales process works. And of course, vendors just love having customers, and so, but they're also there to help you. And so whenever you're buying from a vendor, just make sure that they're giving you the services that you need and that you want. And that means, like, are they providing the right licenses that you need? Are they providing any sort of software asset management for you? If not, I would say, our Smarter SaaS tool can integrate perfectly within that. You're more than welcome to buy from another vendor, but then use our product as a way of just managing and monitoring what exactly you're using versus what you're not using. And of course, this is all completely through the cloud and all automatic, so it really doesn't take much time at all to get you set up with SaaS. Yeah, okay, I don't have any other questions coming in at this time. So let me just go ahead and go back to my presentation. Our Coffee Talk TBSCs are usually around 10 minutes long, and I just want to invite you to our future Coffee Talks. So on Tuesday, the 16th, we have Women in Software. And so basically, I'm just going to talk about how Grace Hopper developed software. She's a really prominent figure in software, so I think it's really good that we're going to be able to cover her and just give like a brief educational lesson. And then of course on Tuesday, the 23rd of February, we have challenges for SAM managers in 2021. So if you're in IT or if you're in software asset management, definitely check that out. These are all free to sign up for. You can find us on Eventbrite, on LinkedIn, or even on our website. You can sign up for free in any of those avenues, and we always do record them, so if you end up missing it, it's okay. You can find us on YouTube with the Coffee Talk TBSC hashtag, and you can find our videos there. So thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. We did cram a lot into this lesson, and if you ever need to find me, just email me, info@businesssoftwarecenter.com. We do have those free trials available for you as well. So thank you so much again for joining, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye.